Meanwhile, some political analysts have asked the Independent National Electoral Commission to step up the level of voters' education across the country. The analysts, who were speaking after a summit in Abuja, say the electoral body has not done enough to educate voters on the dangers of selling their votes.
It's about civic, voter and political education to make people to see the link that their vote will be responsible for whether they will be paid salaries in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 months or 4 years. To make them see the link that their state, whether they have access to healthcare, water, or their children get access to good education, is dependent on that single vote they cast. So once people are conscious of this, it becomes very difficult to compromise people with 3, 4, 5,000 naira simply to vote without thinking through their conscience. And I dare say to you, if you want to buy my vote, if today I have to sell my vote, the price will be very steep. I doubt if anybody can be able to afford it because I will demand billions. That's what my vote is worth. My vote to a governor for 4 years wouldn't be less than 5 billion. So if he's ready to pay me 5 billion, then he will have my vote.
It's one of the tools that the democracy gives to us is the ability to choose our elected officer without inducement, because vote buying itself is corruption, and in that process it will affect the wishes and aspirations of the people to choose in line with their conscience. So that inducement process must be curtailed and stopped. And I think with the discussions we're having with the Independent Electoral Commission and other relevant agencies that are responsible to be able to work together to see how this menace is curtailed, I think in the next election we'll find it more at a very reasonable minimum, because we want to go against where poverty is weaponized to the essence that people are now, used, to go against their own wishes and aspirations for their country and for their own community. Those who sell their vote must know that good road is on that vote, that infrastructural development, both healthcare centers and everything is on that vote. Because selling of vote does not give you the right to even question the person who have come to government. Because if you sell your vote to a person, to a highest bidder, and you see the calculation, maybe you sell for 4,000 and the person end up winning with 15,000 votes, you can look at the calculation. There must be need for that person to recoup his money. It's like an investment process for that person. So what we should tell our electorate, and we should stop all this thing of saying voter education. Let's go for political education so that people will know their right. So that people will know that this democracy is one of the rights that is even entrenched just not by constitution, but even by the Almighty God, for people to freely select their leaders, for people to commit themselves to a process where it is free, it is fair, it is credible.